So, what's the value of a home inspection? You're about to find out. Hey, thanks for tuning back in. Robert Mack here with my partner Ryan McMillan. And if you're a buyer out there and you are in the process of buying a home, or you're thinking about, hey, I really want to buy a new home, or I really want to upgrade from the home that I currently have, and I want to buy something bigger or smaller. Ryan and I want to talk to you a little bit about home inspections because we think it's a very critical part of the home buying process, but there's still some confusion as to what a home inspection really is. So one thing that we want to make sure that everyone understands is as a buyer, you have the right to do any and all inspections. We generally start with a general home inspection, and then we go wherever that leads us. So if the home inspection comes back free and clear of any issues, which rarely happens unless it's a new home or a very new or a newer home, that's going to lead to different inspections, whether it's mold, electrical, roof, plumbing, sewer. And so, we want to kind of just shed some light on the whole inspection process. Now, in California, homes are sold as is, right? And what as is means is visually, right? So if you can see what's going on, your offer should reflect the current condition of the home. But we do home inspections because you can't always see what's going on inside of a property. And what we don't want is for our clients to buy something and then figure out later that there are certain things that don't work, or certain things that are going to cost them a lot of money to repair or replace or upgrade. And so that's why we do home inspections. So Ryan, when you're meeting with the new client and you just sold a home and you're getting ready to do the inspection, what are some things you tell your client in preparation for the inspections?
Well, we tell the client first off that the home inspection is there to kind of, let us know what's going on with the property. So there's no surprises during the, escrow process or even after you close escrow. It's kind of to give you an idea of what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
So you want to know everything about the property before you decide to move forward with the purchase of the home. So, like you mentioned, the home inspection is going to shed some light on that. And, there might be a suggestion to do an electrical inspection, or maybe we always suggest to do a sewer line inspection too if it's a single family residence, because you never know what's going on underneath the home. So it's a good way to help minimize costs going forward, as well as there are no surprises, when you close escrow.
Totally. I mean, in our group, the Robert Mack group, our goal is to create an experience for our clients that is seamless, that's enjoyable, that's predictable. Where we have systems in place and we do certain things in a timely manner to make sure that, from point A to point Z, that you feel really good. And a lot of people, it's a very stressful time for them. They're spending a lot of money buying a house. A lot of our clients might be scraping together everything that they've got to be able to put a down payment down. Not everybody has, funds in the bank to tackle repairs or upgrades or things like that. And so for us, it really comes down to peace of mind, right? So there are a couple things that an inspection is going to do for you as a buyer that we want to point out. So number one, it's awareness, okay? The seller doesn't have to make any repairs or offer any credits. But as the buyer, as you become more aware of these things that are going on in the property, if the seller says no, you have to decide whether or not you feel comfortable buying this home at that price without any repairs, right? Some buyers are like, hey, I got a great deal, I'm buying it. And some others are like, hey, I'm not gonna buy this place if it's got all these issues with it. So awareness is number one, but number two is the request for repairs, the request for a credit. So maybe tell the buyers that are watching this video how that process works.
Well, if you come across something after a home inspection or a specialty inspection and maybe it's a safety or a hazard issue, you want to address that with the seller. So what you do is you put together a request for repair or credit form signed by the buyer and sent over to the seller's agent, and then they will talk with their seller and see if there's a way for us to maybe negotiate and come up with something that makes everybody happy in the middle, whether the seller just take care of it or they maybe do a credit towards the repair. So at least you're not stuck with it. And it can go both ways. If you got a good deal on the property, the seller might not be inclined to do the repair or credit. But if you got it for list price or maybe even over list price, the buyer might be more inclined to say, I want this fixed prior to moving in. The seller might consider.
Totally. And Ryan brings up a great point, right? Every situation is case by case. And in real estate, everything is negotiable. So there's no one size fits all. There's no right or wrong answer. Your situation is going to be unique in comparison to anybody else that may be buying a property that may encounter these same issues. So one thing to keep in mind is when you're working with us, the Robert Mack Group, we've got you covered. We have, anywhere from 11 to 13 different inspectors that we have on our vendor list that we may need to use their services to make sure that you're protected. Your equity's protected, your finances are protected, your home is in good shape. I think the most we've ever done for one client was 7 inspections on a property. And so again, we start with the general home inspection and then we branch from there. So that's the message today. If you're a buyer, we hope you found value in this. If you know somebody buying a home and this might be a benefit to them to see it, share it with them. If you found us on social media, give us some social media love. If you are in the process or getting ready to buy a home and you think you need an agent to help you, please reach out to us. Our contact information is down below. We'd love to help. If you have any video ideas you want us to ever talk about in the future, send those our way. And until then, happy selling.